right, Scott, congratulations. But before we get into any of the nitty gritty, I do want to point out that yesterday you asked me if you should shave your beard. And I was like, no, man, it's a rally beard. You should keep it. And here we are. Look, you got the trophy.
I know, isn't that amazing? I tell you what, all these trophies that I've won, been very blessed to win, have been very special. But this right here is truly amazing to be able to win again here on Lake Champlain. I mean, I don't have a secret spot out there or anything like that. I just like fishing here, and when you fish with enthusiasm and you fish with a purpose, you know, you can be pretty dangerous. And so I was very blessed to find a couple of areas that had some nice fish, and really wasn't sure what I was on, to be honest with you, at the time. I felt like practice was a little tough, to be honest with you. People were asking what kind of weight it was going to take to win and make the cut, and I was way off. I was way low. But I got really fortunate, found a couple nice spawning areas, and had a couple areas for some nice largemouth, and kind of just developed it throughout the tournament, you know. And I caught the fish that basically won it off a log that I found yesterday. I didn't even know it was there. I mean, I was trolling. You were there, actually. I was trolling one. I'm like, ooh. I backed up, didn't catch anything off of it yesterday. I rolled up in there today, made one flip, caught a 3.5 pounder, and that was the difference.
And it really, we talked about it earlier in the week. Your two previous wins here were very divided. It was smallmouth one time, largemouth another time.
Yeah.
But really, to me, day three, when you caught those bending smallmouth to get that 16 pounds you had, seemed like a really pivotal thing. The fact you had that in your back pocket, waiting for you, really helped carry you to where you are now.
Yeah, it was a neat way of having this set up, and I didn't plan on that necessarily, but when I saw that some fish were spawning and I found a couple largemouth stuff, I thought, I do have a little bit of best of both worlds. So the smallmouth can save the day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you need a nice fish, like yesterday, I had some issues and I needed to go ahead and get some weight on the board, and I was able to go to them, and that won the tournament, believe it or not. Because yesterday could have went totally different if I wouldn't have caught those smallmouth.
Let's talk largemouth real quick. You spent some time, up on the north end around Missisquoi and places like that. You threw a ton of different baits, but what were you targeting on when you stopped? Because you're always looking at your GPS to find out, those specific little things in those areas you're fishing.
Well, here's the deal. It was amazing. I didn't talk about it all week too much. Garmin wanted me to talk about it all week, but I'm like, I'm not talking about it right now because I need to win this tournament. But I had my Panoptix on, and honestly, this victory right here was all 100% because of Panoptix. Most of the good fish I caught this week that was offshore on stuff that I couldn't see, I could see what I wanted to cast to. Literally like a log underwater or a rock underwater or a high spot. I didn't have to run over things and like, oh man, I got up on top of it.
Yep.
I could make you saw me out there, I'd kind of take a minute and you'd see me kind of look around and I'd make one cast and I'd literally bounce my jig or my crankbait right off that exact target, and I caught so many fish that way this week.
It seemed like for the largemouths, crankbait, jig played a big part. Were one of those that secret little deal you were talking about on the first day?
Yeah, my little deal that was really working better, I felt, was an impact jig. It was a 1/2 ounce, and it was a smaller jig. I had it trimmed up real small, compact. The trailer I was using was a little creature bait, and I would bite off most of it. Okay. You saw me biting it off all the time. And so I wanted a real small. You think largemouth, you think 4 or 5 pounders, you need something real big, right? And it was total opposite. I went with this real small little jig, little compact size jig, and it just it helped me catch those fish behind people on pressured areas, etc. And so that was key for me. Even in practice or in the tournament, my co-anglers were throwing regular size jigs behind me and didn't quite get the same amount of bites, very, very few actually. So that was a big key. The other thing was the crankbait. I didn't catch any on the crankbait. I think maybe I caught one on the crankbait today. But the first day I caught a 5-1, I caught another 4-8. Every day I've caught a few fish on the crankbait. And again, that's with the Panoptix, just making that long cast very accurate and literally deflecting that crankbait off those particular little spots.
Well, Scott, you rolled with it this week. You kind of took everything as it came at you. And, man, it panned out. You got the trophy and your third win on Champlain. Congrats, dude.
Oh, thank you so much. It's crazy. It's a blessing.